Hello Libra, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship with this person. In the past, it could be. Could also be a current relationship. For others of you, this could be a situationship or someone that you've met and you know there's something special there, but no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. Okay, we have a peekaboo card. Peekaboo, right there. So that is Shapeshifting, my third party card. Now, not all of you will be in a third party, but third party doesn't necessarily mean an affair. It could also be that the time, energy, and effort that one deserves, the other person, they're not spending that. They're not giving you their time. They're not putting in that energy or that effort. All right, first card's the strongest here. We have nourishment, followed by laughter. After that, we have crisis, embracing the shadow, doubt, grief, selfhood, mothering, shape-shifting. And under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have play. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Libra, the connection that I have with you, I have realized over time that I did not value you back then. I took you for granted. I even took advantage of you. And no, I did not give you the attention that you actually deserved. I held back. And now I see that you are what they call the perfect mate, the perfect partner. You have this ability of making me feel whole, fulfilled. The feeling that I get is this abundance, spiritual, emotional, and physical fulfillment with you. That is what I feel. And I didn't really notice that before. You have this way of nourishing me. In you, I have found a friend. I find that you are a confidant, someone I can trust and rely on. I trust you with my life. And I know that you're special because you know what makes me tick. You know what makes my heart happy. And you know what to do when I am upset. Right now, I am very overwhelmed, actually. I'm so overwhelmed that I don't know how to think straight. Nothing makes sense anymore. Everything that has happened in our lives, the decisions that we've made, the way that I behaved and acted. Things have changed now, and I know what I did was wrong. I'm overwhelmed with confusion, feelings, and emotions. I need time to sort things out. My mind is racing. There's a lot of mental anguish, frustration, impatience. And yes, things are very, very awkward. You saw a side of me that I didn't really want you to see. A side that now when you look, you see there is something that is dark. This dark side of me, I never really wanted you to see. I never really wanted you to know about it. But it was inevitable. It is a part of who I am. It is what makes me who I am. And I doubt that anything I may say now, I doubt that anything's going to work out in this connection. This relationship, there's a lack of faith now and a lack of trust. And because of that, I truly do grieve. I feel as if I have lost everything. The hope, even the light in my life, everything is growing dark. You were the sunshine and now you are gone. Not only am I losing you, but I already feel like I've lost you forever. What I'm suffering from is guilt, remorse, regret, sadness, and melancholy. I know that many of the things that have happened I could have avoided. I didn't have to put you through that. You didn't have to go through that, but you did. That was because of me. The things that I have said and done, they have changed you, and I can see that. You are no longer the same person that I once met, who was naive, brand new. And now I find it difficult to reach out to you because you are wiser. You have learned a lesson. You have been there, done that. And so I see you now as somebody who is self-sufficient, self-reliant. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. Because of this, I see that in this connection, you are also very defensive. You do hold back. Not only that, but you do not open up. Once bitten, twice as shy. You are very guarded and a little defensive. But I understand why you do the things that you do. This is a direct result of what I put you through. In you, I have found someone who has unconditional love. You have this way of showing me who I really am, of loving me the right way, where there's a feeling of nurturing, caring, protecting, feelings and emotions that run high, but also the feeling of family. Yes, I feel you are like family. For now, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, something happens and I always end up thinking about you. You, for me, are a sweet distraction. Even though I may be with someone else, I may be doing something else and going in a different direction, my mind is turned towards you. You are that distraction. A part of me wants to move forward, but then another part of me is stuck in the past. And overall, for now, all I want is to make sure that nothing really changes. I want to have this friendship. I want to somehow be connected. In you, I have found so much life, mischief, happiness, funny times. You make me want to live life again. And I never felt like that before. The problem is the way I treated you. And the way I took advantage of you, and I didn't really value you. In fact, I took you for granted. I'm hoping that at some point I'll be able to move forward in this connection and not be so overwhelmed. And at the very least, talk to you, connect with you. Because I see here, there's a part of me that is a shadow side. And embracing the shadow side is important because it is a part of who I am. I can try my best to change, but a part of me will still remain. All right, Libra. I did not mention earlier, you have 4 cards here that are definitely dark and dreary. And the 4 cards, they do mean a lot. This person is definitely they are so overwhelmed to the point where it's like their mind's not thinking straight. They can't think straight. So they're not good at any sort of judgment, nothing to do with like negotiating or talking, and this is with you, right? They are so overwhelmed right now with so much that has happened, and the fact that it's very uncomfortable and awkward now, the things that have happened between the both of you. They find it difficult to reach out. They also feel a little intimidated because they see and they feel that you have actually moved on. All right, I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. Okay, let's have a look. We have here the 10 of Arrows, followed by Magic. So this deck, I like to go a little bit into the past to have a look at what happened in the first place, back in the day, when things were going great, but then all of a sudden something happened and it all just went downhill. What happened? Hopefully, what I'm about to tell you, this will make more sense to you. The first set of cards, for those of you who are new, the first set of cards, that is the current status. Here we have what happened in the past. And I do read these in the reverse. So this is for those of you that may never received any closure. This could be someone who has abandoned you. You may have felt ghosted by this person, or they may have ghosted you. They may have faded over time. The communication has just decreased over time, and you're wondering, where do we stand? Where are we? So we have here the 10 of Arrows and Magic. Your person of interest may have told you some of this. Perhaps they never confided in you. But here today, at the very least, you will know why they did what they did. The 10 of Arrows. In the reverse, it talks about a lack of understanding. Not really wanting to bring things together, to make sense of it all. A lack of wisdom. Perfect emotional wisdom was needed in order to gain experience. Here, there was the ending of a difficult situation, but the beginning of another. And there was a need to share knowledge with others. This is what they felt, in order to understand and have more wisdom. Here it talks about more needs to be considered before completely understanding the situation. What we have here in the reverse is overwhelmed by too much information and getting lost in the details. So overwhelmed by too much information. This could be people who are talking. So much information is being relayed that everything just becomes a blur. And finally, getting lost in the details. Knowing that there are certain things, there are certain limitations of what one can say. You may have spoken to this person, you may have said some words, maybe directly or indirectly, something happened, but whatever it was, the message that was relayed to them whether they heard it directly or indirectly, they felt overwhelmed with that information. And essentially, that's sometimes where people get scared because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear someone saying, "I love you," or "Where are we headed with this? Where are we going with this? Like, are you ever gonna propose? Are you gonna commit?" These are things that people do end up asking. Usually the feminine energy does. Typically, not all the time. But the response is not exactly what one would want. All right. Here we also have magic. This talks about self-empowerment, mastery, actualization, and growth, but we'll be reading the opposite. So a lack of self-empowerment, not really being the master of anything, not being able to create reality from one's thoughts. So one may want to work towards a plan, but the plan might not be realistic. Here, we also have growth. Now, in the reverse, it's a lack of growth, a lack of prosperity, not really wanting to learn, not really wanting to grow more. We also have here, in the reverse, it talks about blocked power. So, your person of interest felt at some point in time that their power was blocked, and they felt under the spell of another. This could be you, or this could be somebody in their life. They felt under the spell of another. And here they were paranoid a little bit because they felt that manipulation was a tactic being used. Someone here was manipulating someone. They may have thought that you were manipulating them, but in fact, somebody else was manipulating them, and the need to control situations behind the scenes. This is what they were doing, but this is also something that they thought you were doing. Secrecy, they may have been acting extremely secretive, like they were hiding things from you. Trickster behavior, which creates distrust. Now, this card sometimes talks about either you or them. Now, understand, if it's not you, you know it's them, okay? Blocked power, feeling under the spell of another, manipulating or using others, and the need to control the situations from behind the scenes. Secrecy, trickster behavior, which creates distrust. So this could have been something that you had done and what they were perceiving, or something that they had done and you know that this is how they were behaving. A lot of trust issues here, because someone here thinks that someone did some juju on someone, magic on someone, black magic. And they felt, the reason why they feel like this is because they did not have control over the situation. And for some reason, they had felt specifically, this is the magic card, this is the magician card, they specifically felt that whatever they were trying to manifest, that was being blocked. And with that manifestation comes the sort of belief in the metaphysical. So here, something did happen, and they did suspect either you, or in this connection, they may have done something and you suspected them. With this feeling of suspicion, that is exactly why there's a lack of trust. All right, let's have a look. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. So the Beginner's Tarot deck, and here I'll be looking into any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. All right. So we have here the Eight of Swords. This does talk about how your person of interest is feeling caged. All right, so this shows me a different situation, something that you may not be aware of. Something has happened in this connection where your person of interest feels bound. They have their eyes closed, so somebody else does not want them to see. Yes, so somebody is manipulating them. Yeah. So There's somebody here, trickster behavior from behind the scenes, an external party who is causing a problem between the both of you. If this is anything to do with black magic, yada yada, I actually do have the chakra checkup package, and I also have the holy light package on my website to help you get rid of magic and stuff like that, black magic especially. All right. We have here this person's eyes are shut, right? They can't see. They can't hear. Their hands are bound. Hands, legs, feet, arms. They cannot move. They're not supposed to move. Why? Because they're not allowed to move. Along with that, we have them caged. This person feels caged. They do not know how to move forward. They can't escape. Even if they wanted to be with you, Libra, this person cannot because of external forces. Not that much internal, but external forces. And far in the distance, somebody is watching them like a hawk. Somebody's watching them, and of course it's not good because there's a lack of freedom here, but they do feel very stuck. They feel bound. We also have here the Two of Cups. Beautiful. Now, even though this person is very much caged and stuck, there is this hope, this desire to be with you. And this is them trying to apologize, reconciliation, giving you that extra attention because they feel you deserve it. And they want to be with you because now they realize that they're going to lose you forever. We also have here a feeling of a past life connection. Usually this is a soulmate connection. Here we also have the Four of Pentacles. The issue here I'm seeing with the Eight of Swords, along with the Four of Pentacles, sure, this person holds on to what they believe very tightly. They have a certain set of beliefs. They know what they want. They know what they desire. But there's an issue here too. When they have this sort of a feeling where they have ego, a little bit of pride, and they are stubborn in their ways because of their beliefs, the problem here is that this is exactly why they're stuck. Because there's something here that is preventing them from being with you the way that you would like them to be. Wherever they come from, whatever their background is, this is causing a problem. The background could be ethnic, racial, whatever, but it could also be workplace related. There's restrictions in the workplace. Now, what's interesting here, despite all this, we have somehow an amazing card, Strength. In between these cards, there's going to be another process where there's going to be healing, and there's going to be the wisdom, and then there's going to be the strength, which has come up now. So definitely your person of interest, they are going to gain the courage, and they're going to realize that, you know what? Now is the best time. It's now or never. And they are going to reach out to you. They're going to gain that courage. With that courage, what they're going to do is have that Two of Cups. There's a part of them inherently that is wishing that this connection will turn out for the best. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So they are hoping and praying that fate, destiny, fortune will bring the both of you together. This is someday, some way, we will meet again. We also have here the Four of Cups. So with the Four of Cups, the overall arching theme, right? This is the umbrella. They are a little bored, but not in a commercial sense, if that kind of makes sense. Like, not materialistically. They're, how can I put this? They're going to realize that whatever has happened in this connection is because of their actions. If they are feeling bored, or if they are feeling left out and rejected, And if they feel that no opportunities were taken, it's because they're going to realize that they were the ones who didn't take it, or the one who didn't take it. Now, your person of interest here is waiting to see how your reaction is going to be. They do not have the courage right now, and this is the overarching theme, but you do have courage and strength in the end there. They do not have the courage to reach out to you. And this is exactly what they're thinking. How do I do this? Everything turned out like crap because of me, my actions. Having a lack of trust in this connection, so much could have gone so well, and it did not. This is what this person is starting to realize, and they have a lot of regret. Sometimes this also talks about depression. I'm also getting the word oppression. Yeah, so definitely with the 8 of Swords, this person is feeling oppressed under the authority of another. And this could be people, this could be an organization, but they feel that they have a lack of freedom. And that is actually causing a problem in this connection. They are waiting to see how things go from your side, and they are waiting to hear from you. They don't have the courage right now, but eventually, guys, this is the overarching theme. Eventually, I see them having that feeling, being able to finally reach out and have that strength. All right. Interesting. So, guys, we have here another deck. This is my Archangel Answer cards. Let's have a look. I'm just going to do a quick prayer. All right, let's have a look. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. So this is any advice, words of wisdom, words of encouragement, something that you may need to know about the situation. Okay. And many of you know that I do only pick the top card. That's the way I read. Okay. The most amount of energy is on the top card. Here we have no. No with an exclamation mark. Here we have no, take action if you believe. Okay. Some of you want to take action, but you have been hesitating. Now, because I see that they're confined, right? There's that oppression that they're feeling. Over time, it may take you some time. So at some point in time, you're going to know when it's going to be the perfect time to take action. But no, don't take action yet. Remember, your person of interest is going through a lot. Not only that, but they even have, at the very least, that sense of courage, right? With the courage, they're going to have to reach out to you. Let them reach out to you first, and then you'll know that they're ready. Here we also have, if you believe. If you believe, this is you literally manifesting this and believing this. Now, if it's practical, guys, Libra, if it's practical, then yes, it's okay. You have to keep it logical and practical. If you know that you have communication with this person once in a while, or even over the past few months or so, you know that there's still that energy that exists. But if this is like 15, 20 years, because I have had people in the comments waiting 15, 20 years, that is impractical. I'm sorry to say. It's heartbreaking, but it's just, it might not resonate. This reading might not resonate with you. So here, if you do believe, then things are going to turn out the way that you hope for them to be, as long as it is practical. We also have here meditation brings answers. So it says meditation brings answers, and below here we also have ask your angels. So answers are needed, and somebody needs to ask a question in order for answers to be given. So meditation On the holy white light of God, you can also call upon Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel through the power of Jesus with the help of his Father. That's the holy white light of God, the Almighty. Give the permission to the angels to help you and ask for permission from the holy white light of the Almighty. Ask for permission for the angels to help you. The angels here are working for God. And God's like God and Jesus, they're like the managers. And here we have the employees, right? So in order to connect with them, you will need permission. And so it is important to connect in this level. Some of you may not have been as spiritual as you once were, in the sense that you're just not taking out that time. I'm seeing the word nurture. So it is time for you to take a step back and start nurturing yourself. Start taking care of yourself. Health is wealth, health is happiness. And health doesn't have to be your body. Your mind, body, spirit, and your soul all makes you. You are special because there's so much of you. There's so much part of you. Like, you're not just one being. You're a bunch of things. And there's so many different parts. But if one part is off, you see, then you don't feel well. This is why it's important for you to stay focused and aligned. We also have here, within the next few weeks or months, okay, after you ask your angels, over time, you're going to be seeing some signs. Here, it does say look for a sign. So this could be signs and synchronicities. This could be anything that comes to you in terms of messages. Now, the messages could be, for example, something that you hear on the radio, something that a friend just says something. They say a sentence and it just means something specifically to you. You're driving and you see a big giant poster. Or sometimes you just directly hear a voice in your head. It happens. We also have here the overall arching theme, perfect timing. I'm being prompted to tell you, if you hear a voice outside that just randomly speaks to you, in your home or wherever you are, if you hear a voice just coming from the air, anywhere, okay, don't answer it. And even if it sounds very nice, even if the words that they say sound very encouraging, don't listen to that voice. I'm getting this right now. I'm being told to tell you don't listen to that voice. That will be an imposter, which is negative energy. But if you hear it inside of your mind, okay, and you'll feel the difference. It'll be positive energy. If you hear it inside your mind, then definitely you can go for that. But the one that you hear anywhere outside around you, a strange kind of voice, disembodied, whatever, give it no attention, okay? Pay no attention to it. That's not for you, all right? That's just some type of negative energy trying to get you off your path. And by the way, I will go over some packages that I have here because now it seems like there's some negative energy involved. So I do see here the overall arching theme, perfect timing. Things are going to happen when they're supposed to happen. All I'm seeing right now is that there's a lot of work you have to do on the inside. There's some inner work here that's needed. You need to start taking care of yourself and nurture yourself. Start meditating, start praying, ask your angels. Don't go out looking for signs. These signs will come to you. Now, I wanted to mention, first of all, yes. Do I do private readings? Yes, I do. For those of you who are new, I do private readings, and you can go to my website. The link is also below in the description. This video on the below, you'll see I have the link to the actual website where you can find the packages. So, Libra, first of all, that's the end of your reading. Let me know if anything here resonated. It's the person definitely feels oppressed. They don't feel good. All right. So, for those of you that want a personal reading, first of all, I do past life readings, and you can read a little bit about it before you place an order. Please do read it. It does take me some time, but eventually I can get to you. Not all the time are they past lives. It could be small percentage I've seen are future lifetimes where people are scheduled to be together at some point in time. Not in this lifetime, but in other lifetimes. And then I have a love reading, and that is a written report plus an audio as well as a different package that I have, and this is why it's important for negative energies to not be there in our lives. This is called the Chakra Checkup package. So I do have the ability, with the help of Angel Fakeel, and you can read a little bit about her on my homepage, on my website. I do have the ability of scanning remotely your home and wherever it is that you live, as well as around your aura and inside of your body, with the help of Angel Fakeel. And when we do this, I can tell you what you have in terms of negative energies, how many you have, and I teach you how to get rid of them. So once you know what they are, how many they are, it's a simple process going forward. And it is important to get rid of negative energies, because if you are in the positive state, then the negative is not going to work for you, right? And the negative here will create obstacles. So anything that you are trying to manifest, it will not work out. Anything that is written in your book of life, originally, everything that's owed to you karmically, it will come, as long as you don't have negative energies that are blocking you. Now, this could also be anything to do with magic. Maybe somebody did magic on you. It's not the first time I've heard that. 2.5 decades now. I've experienced it. People have done crazy stuff on me. I've experienced so much weirdness that I got to the point where I had to create these things so I can get rid of it myself, but now I also can give it to you for you guys to keep forever, and you can help yourselves. Now, there's also some self-help guides I have. Read those too, because that might be applicable for some of you. You might feel that it'll help. I do see here a lot of negative energy, not because of you, but because of external parties. This simply could be like the evil eye, which somebody might not even have meant it, but it just happens. Sometimes people do mean it. Have a look at some of the packages that I have, and you can read through the description and you'll know if that's what you really need. Also, for those of you who are new, I have another channel, Asnointia Audio. Please do have a look at that channel. The videos are absolutely free, and just like this channel. And the videos there I have are on relationship-related advice, as well as, that's romantic, right? Romantic relationship related advice, as well as past life and spiritual connections. Also, I have one video on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? I do recommend that some of you have a look at that. It's very eye-opening. It's kind of lengthy, but whatever you're doing, like cleaning your place or whatever you're driving, just try to hear it because it is a little lengthy, but it'll teach you what these things are and how to avoid such things from your life. And once you know you're free from all this, a lot of good things can come to you because there's no longer any obstacles. All right, Libra, that is your reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys again. You all take care, stay safe. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys again. Bye now.